Beast Game Season 2 just got released, and if you remember, the Season 1 was already insane. It had over $100 million budget, thousands of crew members, and they even built a freaking city. So in this video, I'm gonna dare myself to recreate the Beast city from Season 1 with literally zero budget and no team members. And for this, I'll be using only Blender and AI. And a special thanks to Tripo for making this video happen. And although it's a sponsored video, but all the thoughts and opinions are mine and you guys will be the judge. And finally, even if it's a challenge video, there'll be time codes for this video so that you can skip and watch the part that might help you the most. So yes, let's get started. So here's the plan. Firstly, I will collect as much reference as possible to get the exact angle and the view of the whole city. Then I'll segmentize them into different zones, as like MrBeast does. And then I'll extract the elements from those images to convert them into a 3D model. And finally, we'll assemble everything in Blender. So after that, I spent several hours searching for the right resources, and for this, I'm only depending on Google, Instagram, or other free resources just to avoid any copyright issues. So here you can see that I got all the reference that will be needed. And if I look into this image, we got a full overview of the city. So now if we segmentize, here you can see that we got the living area here. And we also have the same thing on this portion. And then here we have a football field. And then here you can see a basketball field. And there is the walkway, and there are some resting areas here. And here is the main attraction of the city, the main building. And then there is a helipad and some sitting areas here and there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to separate these elements into different images so that we can generate a clean 3D model. And for this, I'll be using Gemini 3 or Nano Banana Pro. And you can also directly use Nano Banana Pro inside Tripo. I will show that in a moment. And I have already extracted them here. And if you want to see a detailed video that's already uploaded on my channel, you can check that out. But yeah, here you can see that I have the plain ground here, then the helipad, the sitting areas, the lamps, the main building, and the living areas, and the other stuff. So now what we're going to do is let's just dive into Tripo. The user interface is pretty much straightforward. You can generate from a single image, or you can use multiple images to generate the 3D model. And we also have a Tripo Studio, which is the advanced mode, but let's just generate a quick one with the regular version. So from here, I'm selecting the image that I want to generate a 3D model. And I have enabled the HD texture to get a better texturing. And let's just press generate. So here you can see that the model is ready. We can do a retry, or let's just click on it. So yeah, from here you can see the model. It's quite good enough to be used, and you can see the mesh view. And if you want, you can quickly fix the topology from here. Here is a retopology option. And let's just keep it as it is right now, and let's just download it into OBJ format. Okay. So now let's do it for another model, but this time let's use Tripo Studio. And here you can see that we got a more advanced UI, and from here you can see there is a 3D workplace, and from here you can directly upload your image, or even you can upload image from different angle to get a better accurate result. You can even batch upload image to make 3D models, and there is also option for text to 3D model. And here let's just drag our image, and I'm using the ultra mode. And for the textures, you can see I have enabled the 4K textures, and I'm using their V3 model. So let's just hit generate. So here you can see that we got the model, and with it we also got the textures. And from here there is an option for retopology. Let's go there, and here you can see that you can do quads, triangles, even you can do a smart low poly one. Initially we had almost 1,000,000 faces, but after the smart poly retopo, we had around 5,000 faces, which is pretty much usable. So now let's create the main building. So for that, let's just select our reference image. So let's take this one, and from here you can see that there is an option for image editing. And here you can see that we got all the latest AI model. We got Nano Banana, we got GPT-4 and Flux. So for this, what I'll be needing is, let's just do a quick prompting. I have just written what I want, then I have defined the exact look that I'm going for, and then there is some context about the background, and there is a negative prompting part so that we don't get any excess elements. And for this, I am using Nano Banana. You can also use Flux, GPT-4, or these three options are available. So you can use anyone, but I'm choosing Nano Banana, and now let's just press edit. So here you can see that by using Nano Banana, we have extracted the model. Now we are going to convert it into 3D. So here's the model. And another thing that you can do here is, let's generate multi-views so that we can get a clear image of all of the sides to get a more accurate 3D model. So here you can see that we got all the four angles, and now I'm using the ultra mode, and let's keep the texture 4K. We don't want PBR for this because adds a lot of things are going on here. So now let's just press generate. So here you can see that our model is ready, and the base structure is all right, but if we zoom in and see the details, it's not quite up to the mark yet. Let's just do a quick retry. Let's see what happens. So yeah, we got another version. It's looking better, and I have also generated few other options. If we just take a quick look, this one looks even better. So yeah, let's just keep it. And one thing that we can do is we can go to textures, and if we want, we can generate textures from here, from this image. Let's just try it out. So yeah, we got the updated textures. It looks a bit cleaner than the previous one. And here we can also upscale the texture. Let's just also try it. So we got the upscaled model, and the difference is not that much noticeable. And here also you can see that the text is not accurate. We need to do texture projection there before the final render in Blender. But yeah, this is a common thing with the AI models. Even with the image gen model, you can see that they get most of the things right, but in terms of text, there are some shortcomings there. But recently they're upgrading, so hopefully this will also even get better day by day. So yeah, let's just do a quick comparison. Here you can see this is the previous one. Here you can see that the yellow lines are not there, and after upscaling, so here we got more details. So yeah, now let's just download it, and from here by default it's GLB. So as we'll be using in Blender, let's just skip FBX and let's select Blender, and let's make the pivot point in bottom center, and let's just hit export. Now let's generate the palm trees. For this, I'm going to use the text to 3D feature. Let's come to the text to model tab, and here let's just write a quick prompt. So yeah, I have just written a simple prompt: generate a large long palm tree with realistic textures. And I'm using the ultra mode, and let's keep the 4K texture enabled, and let's just hit generate. So yeah, here you can see that we got the model. So yeah, by following this method, let's just recreate all the 3D models that we need using Tripo. So now let's do a fun part. Let's generate MrBeast himself using AI. And let's see how it does. So from here, let's just select a model of him. From here, you can see that there is an option for edit image. So we are going to press on it, and let's generate a T-pose. And let's just hit edit. So yeah, we got the new image, but there is a issue. The code is hanging outside, but I need the button closed. So let's just write a quick prompt. Okay, then let's just do a retry. So now you can see that we got a better view. So let's just keep it. And now what we can do is we can generate multi-views. So let's just click on it just to see the other perspective. So yeah, the other sides are also looking good. And let's just hit generate, and let's see how it goes. So here you can see that we got the model, but Jimmy looks a little bit off. I think it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much close. You can see the cloth details. Yeah, the details are good, but there is a issue with the face. This doesn't look like Jimmy. I think let's do a quick retry to see if it gets better or not. Yeah, it's close, but not 100% accurate. But yeah, I think it's mostly better in like hard surface modeling. But yeah, it's better than the previous one. And I have seen some of the models from their library. They're really good for concept character or like sci-fi robotic. They do really good in those. But I think in terms of human character, there is still scope for improvement. Okay, now let's just go to rigging and let's rig this model. It has a auto rig function. So let's just click auto rig and let's wait for the results. So yeah, our rigging is done. Here we can see the skeleton. And now let's just give it a quick walk animation. Let's search for walk and now let's just apply it. So here you can see that we got the walking cycle, but it looks a bit weird and creepy, to be honest. It's mostly because of the clothing, because the model is maybe confusing the overall clothes with the main model. I think we should try with a different image. But yeah, it works, but we need to fix the model. So let's collect another reference and let's try it again. Even after trying with a different image, we got the model right, we got the armature right, but whenever we try to apply some animation, the bone physics or the overall armature doesn't function properly, or it doesn't function how it should be. That's why, at least for now, we have to say goodbye to Jimmy and let's assemble everything in Blender. At this point, we are going to assemble everything in Blender and then we are going to do a quick render with the help of AI. We are almost done, and before doing the big reveal, let me just do a quick recap. You see, when you are working with a large scale model and you want to use AI to recreate the 3D model, it can be any AI model. In most of the cases, the results won't look good. Here you can see that with just this single image, we got this output. And you can clearly see that the details are not there and it's choppy, like it's not usable. But with the right approach, you can get pretty much usable results. So in our case, what we did is from a single image, we used the Tripo's image editing feature to separate each of the elements individually from the main image, and then with those isolated references we created the 3D models and then we assembled everything. You can literally see the difference. This is the direct one and this is the one with the right approach by breaking each element separately. Here it's just generated from a single image where the details are not there, but when we generated each element separately, here you can see that the details are there and it's pretty much usable. And it's time for the big reveal. Drum rolls, and voila. You can see these are the renders that we got from those images. With the right approach, here you can see that we got pretty much decent results. And I would really love to know your thoughts on this whole process, and let me know in the comment section that was this dare even worth it, and also how you'd like to integrate this kind of AIs into your 3D workflow. I think they're pretty much cool and accurate, but yeah, there is still room for a lot of improvement. Like if you just look at the historical data of generative AI for images or videos, they were really easy to differentiate. But now, if you don't pay attention, you might get confused yourself. So I think like the image and videos, the 3D based AI models are really getting well, and in few years it will be hard to differentiate that which was modeled by an human and which was modeled by an AI. So if you want to convert your product image, your sketch or any of your ideas into a 3D model, feel free to try out Tripo. All the details are in the description box, and also by using the link from the description, you will get some extra free credits to get things running. And if you're still watching this video, thank you so much. Feel free to give a like because it really helps in the YouTube algorithm. And also if you have any kind of question, thoughts or opinion, feel free to let me know in the comment section, because as you guys can see, AI is rapidly growing in every possible industry. So I would really love to hear from you guys. And finally, if you want to know a proven workflow that our team used to boost their efficiency by 9 times with the help of AI, here's a video for you. And also if you want to learn how you can use AI into your 3D workflow, here's a video for you. And I'll see you there. Ta-da!